Every ending is a beginning. Hey guys, so I recently left my job, and that was pretty bittersweet because I liked my job, but it just wasn't working for me anymore because my job was in New York, and I do not live in New York. My Jersey and Connecticut crowd, you understand. Anyway, this sort of inspired this video because I was in a transition space, leaving one job and moving on to another opportunity. And what I realized, or what I felt, was that endings are uncomfortable. No matter what, they just are in some way. I felt uncomfortable, but at the same time excited, because when one chapter closes, another one begins. You literally flip the page and it's like chapter 2. I just want to make a quick disclaimer that this video is not about me leaving my job at all. That's just what inspired the video topic, okay? Thanks. So let's talk about endings. Some endings are easier than others, right? Sometimes endings happen to you or for you, and you don't really have a choice in the matter. And other times, it is your choice, and that can be even more uncomfortable sometimes, because when you have made a conscious choice to walk away from a situation, there's always room for overthinking, guilt even, or sometimes somebody in the situation that you're leaving trying to convince you to stay, whether it's for their benefit or they think it's for yours. There's going to be things calling you to stay sometimes, but in here that it's time to walk away because something is no longer serving you, or you're moving on to something greater. So how do you know when something's no longer serving you? Well, it usually starts as discomfort and a little voice in your head that says something really subtle like, "Yo, get me out of here."
Psych!
Yeah, it usually starts subtle and then it grows, and it could even manifest as resentment that you have toward a person, a job, a place. Hopefully, you get to leave the situation before it gets there, but if you stay in a situation too long, that's usually how it manifests. And trust me, if you do not listen to your intuition when it's telling you to leave a situation, it's only going to get harder. It always does. And maybe you don't even recognize your intuition. When I was younger, I definitely did not understand the concept of intuition. I just knew that I had feelings, and sometimes they were good feelings, sometimes they were bad feelings. I didn't understand this concept of this inner knowing, and I just would dismiss my own feelings sometimes as selfish or irrational. But now that I'm older, I have a stronger sense of intuition, and I know when something's no longer serving me. And I've learned from lessons in the past that the sooner you leave, the better. And sometimes you're not sure. Sometimes you're in this halfway place where you're like, I deserve better, or I want to be somewhere better, but I don't know where I'm supposed to be, or this situation, there's certain things about this situation that do work for me, and so I want to stay because of that. And whatever's calling me in my future or in that next chapter is not calling me loud enough. But you'll know. I'm telling you, you're going to know when it's time to walk away from something. You'll feel it. Usually once it clicks, there's kind of no going back. You can't look at it any other way, and you know that it's time to go. And then it comes to the next part. Is now you have to leave, and now you have to put that into motion. And that can involve disturbing other people's peace or inconveniencing others sometimes. And it's uncomfortable to be the bad guy or just the one who is walking away, but it's fine, because whoever you're inconveniencing could be your boyfriend, girlfriend, boss, friend, whoever you feel like you might be inconveniencing by leaving a situation or moving on with your life. They'll be fine. If anything, your choice will be in their best interest as well. Because like I said, sometimes endings happen to you, and sometimes you create the ending. So maybe you're watching this right now and everything in your life is just going great. You really like where you are and things have fallen into place and your timing just feels really good right now. And if you are, congratulations, I'm really happy for you. But if you're not, if you feel like you're in a situation that's harming you or hurting you or making you extremely uncomfortable or just no longer serving you, and you stay there, what will probably end up happening, and I speak from experience, is that the universe, the Father, will bring their hand down and start to move things around for you, which is even more uncomfortable than doing it on your own. And when I say that the universe will move things around for you, I don't mean stopping traffic so that you can cross the street. I'm talking about the universe hitting you with a car to stop you from falling into a ditch. But it's all for your greatest good, of course. That reminds me, actually, I don't know if you guys ever watched The Daily Show or are familiar with Trevor Noah, but I remember when it became this headline news that he quit The Daily Show super spontaneously, and none of the producers knew he was quitting. He just like impulsively just quit the show. And one of the things that he said was, it's better to end things when they're in a good place. And that really stuck with me because it's true. Because if you drag out an ending, or if you wait until something is extremely uncomfortable or negative or toxic in order to leave, it's just going to make an ending that was already inevitable harder for no reason. And the interesting thing about him quitting the show was that he said that he just decided on the spot. Like, I mean, I'm sure it was something that it was on his mind already, but he just decided that day because of something someone said to him. It clicked. And so he got on live TV and quit the show. And it sounds kind of crazy, like how can you decide something like that so impulsively? But I've been in situations like that too, where it's almost like divine intervention, or someone, like some spirit reaches down and goes into your brain and goes, it's time. And you just know. And there's no looking back because you just know. And while endings can be uncomfortable and they can suck, just remember that when one thing ends, another thing begins. And usually what's happening is that your life is just making room for new energy, new opportunities, freedom, space to breathe, something better. So if you feel any anxiety or pain about an ending in your life that's either coming or just happened, always remember every ending is a new beginning, and where one door closes, another one opens. And instead of focusing on the past and what you're leaving behind, just try to focus more on the future and all the blessings that are coming your way and the new things that are going to give you joy. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you took anything away from it, or you just enjoyed hearing the sound of my voice, I would appreciate if you give me a like, comment if you have any thoughts, and of course subscribe because it helps my channel grow. And I would love your feedback because, you know, this is a new series and we're still growing and we're still figuring things out. And if you watched this far, thank you so much for growing with me, and I appreciate you.